300. What's the deal? It's your folks, Shaka. Wanted to share my thoughts with y'all real quick. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this Shade Room interview here um, that they conducted with some of the cast from, I believe the show is called Couples Retreat. Now they got Claudia Jordan with her guy KJ, and then they got Michael Blackson um, and his fiance Rada, I believe. And so I wanted to really speak on this video because I believe that it's a good backdrop for you know the differences in relationships. Especially like a Eastern relationship type of concept, type of relationship versus a Western one. In my opinion, this is what they're showing here. And so let's just get into it. And first off, I want y'all to pay attention to the images, okay? Now, if y'all know a little bit just about, imaging and body language and stuff like that, you know that power starts from the left, okay? And they know this in media, okay? They're not absent-minded of this. And so how they position the people, pay attention to that. Now, in the Western side of things, okay, they have the Claudia Jordan girl. She's to the left, okay? She's the woman. She holds more power in the relationship, and typically leadership in the relationship in the so-called black culture for sure. All right. And then, of course, they got the dude to the right. And then when you look at Michael Blackson and his woman Rada, obviously you see Michael Blackson to the left. Okay. And you see his woman to the right. All right. And so just pay attention to that. And when you listen to what they're saying, you'll see that these positions kind of match up with things. But let's go. And I'm going to say this. I did like the host. Okay. She was, soft spoken. She kind of let people speak. She was cool. So let's just go ahead and hit play.
You guys kind of touch on Rada, you allow, or should I say accept, Michael having one side chick a month. Why does that work for you?
Well, the reason why, and it's not even allowing, it's more I've been in a long-term relationship, and I've said this before. You having sex with the same individual for years, it gets boring. And I just wanted some excitement in the bedroom. And I feel like when he has these extracurricular activities, or when we have extracurricular activities together, it makes our sex life that more amazing.
And so I wanted to say something with this right here. And this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that they have not married just yet. Okay. And one thing I want to say is this, man, one thing about getting married to somebody, in my opinion, man, you have to have, you have to look at, somewhat, your sex life as a rodeo, as they say, that you've already been to. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go into a marriage that's supposed to last, and you have this perverted way of thinking that you're supposed to have an interesting sex life, uh, forever, and it's never going to be a time before age comes into play. Okay, there's never going to be a time to where you're going to say, you know what, that's not that big of a priority anymore. We've been there, we done that. You know what I'm saying? We did this. In my opinion, man, it's best to, have all of that fun and experience, whatever you're into, uh, you know, well before you get married. So that when you do get married, you know what I'm saying, that's not something that's gonna detour what's going on with you and your so-called partner. You know what I'm saying, in the situation that y'all got going on for each other, man. Cause something, you know what I'm saying, as simple as those little 15, 30-minute sessions, man, that could really destroy a seriously potential relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, I kind of noticed that they're not really married. But yeah, man, in my opinion, the sooner you look at so-called that type of activity, the farther it drops down on the priority list, you know what I'm saying, for you in your life, all right, the better your relationships will and can be with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're on that same type of time too. You know what I'm saying? Real motherfucking talk. They are way better. And that's 100. You know what I'm saying? But let me just go ahead and hit play.
And it's been proven every single time. Like we get back together and we have such amazing sex. And that's kind of what's priority for me. And yeah, I'm a freak, but
And so you see, as y'all notice right now, she said that that's priority for her. You know what I'm saying? Listen, in my opinion, you cannot marry you cannot marry somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a physical thing. And you always have to realize that physical things come to an end. You know what I'm saying? Now on the opposite side over there, they have this idea that, flesh goes on forever. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of them be over there doing that crazy stuff, or they are encouraged to do a lot of that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But flesh comes to an end, you know? And so you can't deal with somebody thinking that y'all gonna be uh, forever, and they have that type of mindset. They put anything such as flesh as a priority. So yeah.
everybody is. It's just they don't talk about it. And I'm open and I'm direct. You ask me something, I'll tell you. There's nothing to hide. I mean, what's the joy of life if you can't be yourself? You
So
know?
does that, Michael, would that same arrangement work in Rada's case if she wanted to have one side piece a month as well?
Well, you know what, Rada, I mean, you told him she's only interested in one penis. But
I can only handle one.
She only handled one. And
No, she was real clear on that. See, this chick here is not marriage material, man. She was like, I can only handle one. I'm interested in a couple, by the way. Man, crazy. But that is true, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys do have the mindset that a lot of women are just straight out porn star type thotties, man. A lot of women might have a strong desire to, but they really can't handle, you know what I'm saying, an abundance of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Now you might find some, but that, you know what I'm saying, they really can't. You know, that's why you cannot measure the fact that a girl is just sleeping with you and chilling with you. You can't measure that on if she really is feeling you like that or not. You know what I'm saying? This is why other things have to come into play, like partnership, like what are y'all building together? You know what I'm saying? What else is she bringing to the table? You know? So yeah.
I mean, she's allowed to have any female she wants.
But not a man?
Not a man, because she don't want a man. I don't want we don't need another penis in the relationship.
Well, do you need another vagina in the relationship? Where is the balance here?
Now she say, where is the balance? She said, where's the balance? Well, that might be just a balance. You know what I'm saying? And typically a man, especially, you know what I'm saying, a brother of African descent, brothers be having that lion spirit. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no lion gonna want to have no other lion around. You know what I'm saying? His woman. That's just, how man is. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be liking that. And so, but what's important is they are somewhat on the same page with it. We're gonna listen a little bit more. They got a little bit of disagreements, but it's something that they are compromising with. They're working on compromising with. It's gonna be a little different than what they're talking about. We'll see here in a minute.
It makes our sex life excited. In fact, whenever if not with another woman, my penis is much harder for her. So this is more to her benefit.
Okay, and so
I'm doing it for you, Rada.
from other women that you?
Now she said she's still here for her Michael Blackson, like hell to the no. You can't never hang around her. Oh man. Let's go ahead. We'll see. We about to see why though.
Feel like you can't get from the person you want to call your wife?
Just some new Gucci.
It's just excitement of like just being with something different, I guess.
Believe it or not, Rada have her orgasms when we talk during sex. She have an orgasm when we talk about how I slept with the other bones. Don't shut me up.
You don't have to.
Don't shut me up. But yeah, he went all up. He went all in. Dang, bro.
All our secrets.
All right, I'll take that back. Delete that part.
You guys are getting married. Is that still in the works? Where does that stand?
We're just trying to make sure we're in a great place and the right time. Mm-hmm. Perfect. We haven't planned a date yet, but it will happen soon.
Yeah, we're working on it. We just have to go through some kinks in our relationship.
Lots of kinks. Lots of kinks. And Claudia and KJ, do you guys feel like you could have an arrangement like this?
Nah, I don't think it'll work.
Well, she got him trained. Like, you need to speak up right now and let him know.
No. It couldn't work because, she can't have extra dudes. That's why.
And can he have extra women?
I told him to go get one. I said, if I'm not giving what you want, you should go out there and find that amazing unicorn that you can get it from.
See, you see the difference, you know what I'm saying? That's not a woman that's really interested in coming to the table and compromising with you. She's kind of like, well, go ahead and give me a reason. You know what I'm saying? That is so low tier. Y'all see the difference, already. And it's not that the other girl on the other side is naive or anything like that. It's this thing where she's willing to come to the table and try to compromise with this guy. Whether you agree with what she's compromising with him with or not. But the whole approach is different. Versus with this chick right here, go out. I dare you. You know what I'm saying? But check this out.
Right, but meaning you wouldn't be in the relationship or you would still be in the relationship?
See, even the girl had to go ahead and try to get her to clarify, you know what I'm saying, what exactly she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because, she knew exactly what the question was. But she had to let people know how she get down.
Try it and find out.
That sounds like a setup.
It does sound like a setup because it is.
Now, how is it a setup? Like, why would you be dealing with a woman that's trying to set you up? This is the type of silly type of stuff, man, that a lot of brothers be settling for and dealing with, man. It contributes to a lot of the reasons why y'all be having these issues. Y'all lead into a situation with this, and just like I told y'all, man, a lot of so-called black men in the West, what we do when we get out of the home, we think that an ideal woman is somewhat of a mother prototype, okay? This guy's kind of playing that, well, I gotta be a good boy thing, happy wife, happy life type stuff, man. That shit is bedrock, man. This is a relationship that he is in. He is not in a partnership, okay? But let's just keep on hitting play.
I'm an equal opportunity employer.
Okay.
So my thing is, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And if you want to be about that life, then I can be about that life.
See, that ain't nothing but chaotic. All this, I'm an equal opportunity employer. This is what y'all dudes be dealing with out here in these streets, man. And what's good for the goose, it's just, all of this stuff is extra. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like she's in the relationship, but she's trying to give off this vibe like she doesn't really value the relationship like that, to the point, it's kind of like, if you stunt, I don't got no problem with going out and violating. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? and I'll stay in the relationship as well instead of just leaving you and just be chaotic and go back and forth and play tit for tat. I mean, big difference. And they're doing this for a reason, by the way. All right? This is Western relationships versus Eastern partnerships.
I prefer not to, but we can all be about that life. Like, I'm all about fair equality and justice for all. So if you want to go do that, then I can go do that.
Now remember, you asked this question. I didn't bring this up.
Look how he acting. You asked this question. I didn't bring this up. See, you know what I'm saying? So-called black men, y'all gotta stop playing that role, man. That's not cool, man. If you gotta play that type of role in a so-called relationship, in my opinion, bro, you don't need to be in there. Cause this guy is being emasculated. Okay? Real motherfucking talk. and that's just real. But let's go ahead and play.
Like I say, Rada, if she wanted to be with another man, you know, then we can be a couple. We can be friends. I can't put a ring on your hand and somebody else bend you over and look at it.
Now look at her. Y'all think she doing that because he said that she doing that because he's like, nah, I'm not gonna be chaotic about it. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't working out for me how I wanted to, I'm just gonna bounce the hell out. She like, what? You not gonna sit around and be chaotic? Look at her. But yeah, Michael Blackson, he picked that up. You know what I'm saying? He like, why would you even stay? Like, why would y'all even go back and forth? And mind you, these so-called black folks, they look like they are well into their 30s. You know what I'm saying? Mid 30s, maybe. And so yeah, man, this is the type of stuff that they like to advertise to the world and make them believe how so-called black folks get down. But let's go ahead and keep hitting play.
Okay, wait. Well, let's talk about this a little bit because obviously I watched the first episode. That's premiering on Monday, and Rada.
All this coochie juice around.
Right, Rada had an issue with you basically bringing these women in the public. You know, she prefers you hit it and quit it, no repeats was what you said. And you know, don't show them in public. So I'm just trying to understand what is the correlation there that, you know, you can have these women, bring them in public, do what you do, but it would be, you couldn't be with her if she matched that energy. Why is that?
Well, I understand where she's coming from with that. Our biggest, originally, she would prefer I just go on the road, sleep with a groupie, keep it moving. You know, me on the other hand, I didn't find that to be safe. I didn't find going and finding a total stranger, let her into my presence. Anything is possible. She could wake up and there'll be a picture of me somewhere, or I'll wake up and they'll have jewelry missing. Anything is possible. You know, so I didn't prefer that route. I prefer more of like sticking with 2-3 chicks that I'm familiar with, that I know and I trust, you know, and rotate them, you know, and to her, it felt like it was a whole relationship.
It is.
You know, and that's our biggest, and that's one of our biggest problems. I'm like, they know that you are my lady. They just
it don't
around,
matter though.
They just here for the dick.
I mean, see, and so as you can see, I mean, they have a problem, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But it's somewhat of a problem that they could probably end up compromising and coming to terms with. You know what I'm saying? They can come to an agreement on, you know what I'm saying, eventually, or something like that. You know, but one thing that you can see between the two couples is that it's not a situation where it's like, okay, you know, if you do this to me, I'm not gonna really come to the table and compromise and speak with you about it at all. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do is tell you, oh, okay, yeah, you can go do it. But if you go do it, I'm gonna go out and do something crazy too. Versus them kind of trying to figure it out and talk about it because they value whatever it is that they have right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. You can look at it, and what's crazy about it is they sitting up here talking about how they're trying to figure out how this guy can, you know, have other women in his life for whatever purpose, and they're not on the other end, and they're still looking like a more constructive couple. All right, y'all got to pay attention to this. All right, but let's go ahead and hit play.
I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, but you're doing extra stuff. Like, you're not doing just pussy stuff. It's like extra stuff on top of the pussy stuff. And that's the relationship.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, you know, I feel like, you know, I like to show them a good time. And that's our biggest problem.
I think showing them a good time is fucking them already. That's a good time.
She pretty much want me to like Uber coochie, pretty much. Just Uber the man and Uber him out. And that's our big argument till today.
And listen, I agree. Just coming in, I agree with Michael Blackson on that. I mean, if that's the type of arrangement y'all have, you know, it's a crazy world out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want him just to be rotating all types of women? I mean, especially if he's a celebrity and this guy can just go anywhere, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't a problem. Like, you would want him to have a close network of women, in my opinion. I mean, if that's the arrangement, but you know, it just seems like it makes sense. But it sounds like to her, it's more of an emotional type of thing. She doesn't want him to build a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I think it sounds like that's where she's caught up at. So, but yeah.
And that's what we try to find a perfect boundary to make everybody comfortable.
So do you guys think marriage is it's smart to, you know, get into a marriage with this type of arrangement?
Well, no, that's why we put it on hold
until we
work that out. Because if he's not going to meet those boundaries and have any boundaries, then we're not going there. He can just go be a single hoe.
And so Rada, is that
She had to throw that in, but you know, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of marrying into your problems, you know what I'm saying? Like I be reporting on a lot of times with a lot of these so-called younger brothers out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you younger brothers out here be getting all married and, you know what I'm saying? And to be real with you, I got to keep it a buck. They simp situations because y'all are doing it against y'all will, it seems like, when you kind of look at a lot of the blunders, all right? But, you know, when you kind of look at a situation like this, they can agree on it or whatever. You know, they ain't tripping like that. All right. But they are kind of like a little more along in their life and have had a lot more experiences. But let's go.
something you actually want and are okay with to, you know, have that arrangement? Or is that something maybe you're doing to, you know, try and continue a relationship with Michael and you feel like that's how the relationship will continue? Or do you feel as though like you want something more monogamous? Like, what is like your true feeling of what you feel you deserve?
I truly feel like, you know, I guess I like excitement. I don't really have one answer for it, but I do want monogamy, but not quite so. We can have fun in the bedroom type of monogamy where we can still bring people in. I don't know if you still call that monogamy, but I like that excitement. I don't know if I can continue a relationship with Mike with not having those extracurricular activities, because that's what I was looking for after my last relationship. And, you know, we had so much fun in the bedroom together where I don't know if I can let that go. I'm okay with stepping into the marriage and having that here and there, but I just don't like that extra stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. But yeah, I mean, based on what she said, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, man, you know, hey, you know, somebody like that, when things like that are important to them, you know, man, it's kind of hard to maintain a long-term partnership with a person like that. You know what I'm saying? When they have this mindset that they always got to have excitement. You know, one thing that Brother Chronicles of Judah stated was, you know, one thing that a woman has to realize in life, if she's going to be marriage material to a man or be in a serious situation with him, is that, hey, the days blend in. They don't change all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's for real with all aspects of life. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of the more that's why I said, man, marriage is for when you're well mature in life or you have an extremely strong culture. All right, where your purpose is a little bit more than, you know, making sure that you have a couple of orgasms every 2 weeks or every week or whatever like that. And that just got to always be on and popping. Because the truth of the matter is, man, the physical is just not going to be like that. And again, you will miss out on a lot of top tier things out of a top tier person if you continue to make that priority a priority. You know what I'm saying? The duration of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, man. Y'all comment below, like this information, hit the sub button and the bell. We dropping shit y'all like. It's your folk Shaka, the urban philosopher. I'm out. It's 300.